These are the top 5 phones under $500. You don't need to spend a lot of money to get a great phone anymore. So forget the Samsung Galaxy S10 5G and the Apple iPhone 11 Pro Max Super Ultra Mega Edition. Let's talk about more inexpensive options. At number 5 is the LG G8 ThinQ. No, that's not a joke. An LG phone is on this list. I know I give the company a hard time, but the G8 ThinQ is really solid at just under $500. It's one of LG's top phones and has bizarre features like a rear fingerprint sensor and a headphone jack. Its camera is able to take fancy video by blurring out the background. It's not perfect, but it's something. The G8 also can handle in-air gestures. Get in touch with your inner mime by activating apps with a movement or turning invisible knobs to control volume. At number 4 is the Moto Z4. You get a 6.4-inch OLED screen and an in-screen fingerprint sensor. The Z4 has some decent specs with 4 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. There's even a standard headphone jack. As for battery life, the Z4 survived over 19 hours in our tests. The phone is also able to take advantage of Moto mods, so you can add a bigger camera, a speaker, or even 5G on Verizon if you want. The Moto Z4 could be found for around $300 as of this recording. What's number 3? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's the Samsung Galaxy A50. It has a 6.4-inch display and a pretty slick design. The cutout on the top of the screen is a bit more elegant than some competitors. On the back, you get a small camera array. Again, it's a bit more understated than something like the Moto G7 with a big old circular setup. The A50's 4,000 mAh battery lasted over 17 hours in our tests. The MSRP for the Samsung Galaxy A50 is around $300, but can be found for under $250 these days. Number 2 is the Google Pixel 3. This phone was once priced at nearly $800. Now, it can be had for just under $500. There are so many upsides to the Pixel 3. You get the latest versions of Android as soon as possible. You get fantastic photos, even in very low light. There's water resistance, wireless charging, and no comically large notch like on the 3 XL. The Pixel 3 will also get some of the software features seen in the new Pixel 4, including the new version of Assistant and astrophotography. Google reps told me that the features may not be exactly the same on the 3 due to hardware issues, but those are still good features. And while the Pixel 3 does not come with a standard headphone jack, the 3 comes with a pair of wired USB-C earbuds and an adapter for standard headphones. And the number 1 phone for under $500 is the Apple iPhone 8. It's priced at $450, so it's just slightly a better deal than the Pixel 3. What is there to say about the iPhone at this point? It's an extremely solid phone for almost anybody. There are the standard upsides. You get iOS updates super quickly. On the back of the iPhone 8 is just one camera, but Apple's cameras have a track record of producing great pictures. There are the standard downsides to the iPhone, like having to use a lightning cable, no headphone jack, and the existence of Siri. The iPhone 8 design is kind of retro/dull at this point. You get a home button and Touch ID. If you're not into the whole face scanning thing, the iPhone 8 is a good option. I know I seem kind of down on the iPhone 8, but it's a great phone for the money. As Scott Stein put it, consider this the sensible sedan to the iPhone X's Roadster. Well stated. So why do this episode now, with all the competition out? Well, I'll tell you. I saw a lot of expensive phones released in 2019 without 5G. So, if you were thinking of an upgrade this year, maybe you don't need to spend around $1,000 for a great LTE phone. Wacky, I know. Big thanks to Linlaw for helping out. I'm Aya Akhtar, and I'll see you online. Check out these videos if you want to know more about these expensive phones like the Pixel 4 or the iPhone 11 Pro.